like certain things, why I don't like other things, and or just a number of things. It just doesn't matter. It just seems like pretty much whenever I open myself up to somebody, whether it's a new person I met or a stranger or even some of my older friends, they've always said, "Well, you've always been that kind of person. You've always looked at the negative side of life. You've always done this and that." And I just kind of shake my head. I think, "Well, what are you talking about? I mean, that's just the way I see things. I don't live in a Walt Disney world. I see with my own eyes what I see, and that's what I see. I observe and I report back, basically. And so if that's called being negative, then I'm sorry. That's how life is, I think. And as a result of me doing that, I notice it makes a lot of people shy away from me or tend to avoid me or basically, like I said, they just refer to me as having a negative outlook.
So, you told me that you really don't think that you're negative, you're more realistic. However, you're saying that people are shying away from you because they believe you're negative. So what does that say to you?
It says that I think that people don't have a grasp on their day-to-day life. I'm at least willing to look at life how it is. The fact of the matter is, the chances of you winning the lottery are 1 in what, a billion? But everybody else is like, oh, there's still that chance. Or just stop thinking so negative. Or you can't win if you don't play. Well, I'm telling you, well, you can still play, but you're most likely you're not going to win the lottery. I do apologize. That's just a fact.
Right. And how does this realistic type emotion or grasp on life make you feel? How does it make you feel?
I think it makes me feel like an outsider because everybody wants to live in a dream world. And you know what? I'm no different. I would love to win the lottery. I would love to not have to work. I would love to not see a cow get slaughtered for me to consume. I would love to stop these cravings I have to consume these animals. I would love for me to be a millionaire or billionaire and live in my own house, my own mansion, and not have to ever worry about anything. And I'd like to donate my extra money to those poor individuals who are in need. I want to be kind. I want to be generous, but the fact of the matter is, those things just factually, they're not going to happen. I don't see myself winning the lottery. I don't see myself coming up with some kind of medical invention that's going to cure everybody and make me a billionaire and have everybody hoist me on their shoulders and say, you're number one and you're a great human being. I just I feel like I'm confined into, basically only doing what I'm able to do. I fully admit that I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm yet not the dumbest. I do think a lot, but I just basically, even though I think a lot and I think I have a good grasp on things, I just don't know how to escape my day-to-day routine of basically the day-to-day routine of me being some kind of slave to a job or a slave to how other people want me to be. There's just so much that I feel that I don't have control of.
Yeah. I can see that you feel a little bit forced about certain things because you feel that society wants you to do it. When I say society, I mean like your employer or your wife or your friends. But if you just think back on the past few things you just said, do you believe that those things are positive things or negative things?
I'm sorry, what do you mean? When I
Like
look,
when you look back on your past sentence and you say cow slaughtering, uh, you're obligated to do certain things for work. Would you say that those things would be considered positive or negative things with no middle ground? Just how would you feel in regard to that? What do you think that those things are to you? Do you think that those are maybe a little bit more negative than positive, or more positive than negative because they're more real?
well, I think those subject matters are negative. Nobody likes to feel broke. Nobody likes to, think of some animal suffering. Nobody likes to be caught in a job they feel like they're going nowhere at, like it's a dead-end job. Nobody likes to have any of those kind of emotions. But they say part of the process is first recognize. For example, if you're an alcoholic, what's the first thing they say? The first step is to actually acknowledge that you have a problem. Well, I think that's what people are doing every day. That they're not acknowledging that the way life is. They're not acknowledging that these things happen. they just want to see the end result, a happy. Uh, Basically, they just want a happy result. They want to talk about. I don't. They want to live in the mansion, but they don't want to see all the people who had to build that mansion in the hot sun. They want to go eat. They have a little birthday party at McDonald's, but they don't want to see the cows get murdered to have that burger there. They want to go, on a vacation and spend $3,000 to go to Hawaii, but they don't want to, think about what it took to get that money. It's just any kind of pleasure that I might derive or might think about in my mind, I just can't really seem to enjoy it or put a positive spin on it because it's so much that you have to go through to get that. And I know that's the human condition. You have to. There's good and bad. There's, in other words, I don't know what I'm trying to say without. I guess what I'm trying to say is that.
So, you believe that that other people are just naive?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are naive. Like I said, I'm trying to think of the right words, the right analogy. People want the luxuries, but they don't want to get their hands dirty. That's how pretty much the world is. It seems like and unfortunately for me to have my life go well or my thing, in order for me to get a roof over my head, I have to get my hands dirty. But so does the rest of the world. But at least I feel like I acknowledge that. Other people don't. They don't want to. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to you because you might not share the same outlook as I have. But it's just really hard for me to think positive sometimes. But when I say think positive, like I said, it's not a matter of me thinking positive. It's a matter of me just. I don't think good or bad. I just basically I'm like a tape recorder. I report what I see.
Right.
So I keep an open mind, and it's just so hard to I hear those people who are in society. Let's use celebrities for example. They say, they always seem so happy, and how could this person do this, or how could somebody, they want to shake their head and say, how does somebody do this, or how could somebody be this cold-hearted, or how could somebody be this way or that way? Well, it's easy to say that when you don't have to get your hands dirty, when you live a life of luxury and you don't have to put much thought into things. When you're not, for example, when you're not out there killing your own cow for your steak, it's easier just to enjoy. You just want the end result. You don't want to have to go out, kill it, slaughter it, butcher it, and watch it cry and watch it.
Right. I understand you feel a lot for animals and what they have to go through in order to get onto many Americans or just people's tables. So, but anyways, earlier you had mentioned that your wife had kind of pushed you to come to this session. Can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with your wife?
Well, we have a good relationship. I think there's always, there's going to be times in a relationship where maybe one person is a little bit more positive than the other one, and I think that's where it is. My wife is really sweet and I love her, but I think I sometimes push her away by some of the thoughts I think, or the thought processes, and just even watching TV, for example, I can't enjoy watching TV sometimes just because I see some rich old hag up there who has her own talk show, and I'm just thinking, what does she know about life? So how far removed is she from the real world? She has somebody walking there doing her makeup, doing her cooking, doing this and that. It's so easy to have all the world's answers when you don't have to think for yourself, when everything's done for you, when you don't. That's what I was trying to say earlier. You live in a little bubble where everything is clean and pristine, and your hands don't have to touch anything to clean anything. You just I can't enjoy TV thinking about how much money this actor's making for doing basically nothing. What, he has to work 2 months out of the year.
So,
So basically, I can't even watch TV and enjoy it because there's some actor on there, you know, giving his 2 cents about life and his philosophy or his opinions. I'm thinking this guy has no concept of reality whatsoever. I mean, what, somebody like that works what, 2 months out of the whole year, really, and gets 10 months off the, you know, of the year. He gets to live in his mansion, doing basically whatever he wants,
right.
doing nothing, going to the beaches of Maui, going to Italy, going to Greece, wherever they want to go to, not living what a normal life is, really.
So you feel unfair because
I don't call it unfair. I think there's some injustices, or maybe somebody could say unfair. I just think it's bizarre, and it's not. There is no good or bad. It just is, and that's how I see it. That actor is not good or bad. The fact of the matter is, he is making $5 million a movie. That's not good or bad. Just that's what I reported. Now, I think it's weird or silly or disgusting sometimes, but it is. You have to admit it is. Why is somebody who can build a house get paid only $50,000 a year, where somebody who just acts in a stupid movie gets, you know, $5 million? The ratio doesn't make sense. It's absurd, but that's society. It doesn't make sense. It never will make sense. It's just unbalanced. And whenever I talk about things like that, people think, "Wow, you're negative," but I just look at it as me reporting what I see. That's how it is.
So you feel that the world's unbalanced because you see others, you know, making a lot of money or gaining wealth or attention or fame from not doing anything, and you feel that you're having to work 10 times hard just to have what little you do have.
Yeah, no matter what subject anybody talks about to me, I will give them an honest response. I look at it as being realistic and being honest. But they might think, well, you're always putting a negative spin on everything. I don't look at it as putting a negative spin on it. I look at it as just being basically a reporter. I'm reporting what I see. And that's real. That's real to me. That's my world of reality.
Right. So I mean, you feel that you are being true to yourself, and you're confident about that because you are just saying, you're saying things the way they are, or like it is, as people would say. So.
Yeah, and you see a rich actor on television, for example, saying, if you just donate $1 a week, and I just want to go, you're the one who has the easy life. You donate $1 a week. You don't need my money. You're the one who makes $5,000 for, you know, 5 weeks of work. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, $5 million for 1 week of work or 1 month of work. Why don't you donate some of that $1 million to, you know, why are you asking me even $1 when you have an extra 20 million in your bank account? Why do you need my $1 and everybody else's $1? The hardworking person who's barely making ends meet, and yet you're coming on television asking me to donate to these poor children. I have no problem donating to poor children, but why don't you donate your money first before you ask others? You know, come on. I still see you living in that mansion, lady. I still see you going to the Bahamas every other week. I still see you in the tabloids taking pictures in this exotic location and that exotic location. Don't ask me for my hard-earned money when you have the easy money. It just, things like that I see, and it makes me upset. It kind of disgusts me. But I call that being realistic. Are these actors not doing that? Are they not already wealthy beyond our wildest dreams, and yet they're asking still for our money to help their little cause? How easy it is for them to ask for help. Actually, how easy it is when their needs have already been met. You know, lifetimes over and over again. They have enough money for, you know, the next 3 generations of their family to be wealthy,
right.
And yet they're asking for our money. It just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
So this type of situation makes you feel a little bit agitated because everybody else, or the actors or celebrities who are asking for this type of money, is just already taken care of when you're just trying to meet ends meet, right?
Yeah, it just by hearing myself talk about this, I can see how people think I'm negative. I fully understand that, but you know what? I don't think I'm negative. I think I'm realistic. All this stuff, it just makes me sick. It makes me sick when I see it, and when I report what I'm seeing, other people, they act like they don't want to hear it. It's like, well, are your eyes not open? Do you not see the hypocrisy? What's going on here? It's ridiculous, and I think that people just choose to put on their blinders and not look at it, whereas I'm able to look at it. They just choose not to. You know, some people will drive by that car crash out there, and they'll turn their head. They don't want to look at it. Well, I'm sorry if I caught a glimpse of it. I saw what I saw. I'm not making it up. I'm not lying. I saw a car crash with 2 dead bodies right there. Sorry that I saw it. Sorry that I'm telling you the truth, but that's what it is. That's what I saw. Am I negative? No, I'm just reporting what I've seen.
Right.
And so I'm sorry that people in my life, whether it's my wife or whether it's fellow employers or whether it's my boss or whether it's my friends, I'm sorry if they think I'm negative. It's not my fault. That's just the way I am. I don't think of myself as negative. I think of myself as just being realistic.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, earlier in the session, or when we first started, you stated that, or you kind of acknowledged that you wanted to get a more positive outlook through attending sessions.
I don't know if I can. I came here for my wife's, her wishes. You know, she asked that I should go see somebody, so I did. I didn't see any point in doing it, but I love her, so I just wanted to let her know that I heard what she's saying, and I'm willing to try. But I can't help the way I think. You know, if you take a crayon that's red, and you go color on a piece of paper, and you say, "What color do you see?" I'm going to tell you that I see red. I can't lie to you and tell you I see blue. That's just how I feel, and that's how it is. Now, as far as me getting help, as far as me trying to change my outlook, I don't think I can change my outlook unless I lie to myself. Unless I start, if I see the color red on a piece of paper, I feel like I have to start saying, well, that color is really blue when it's not. That's how I feel in order to get along in the world, in order to get along with interpersonal relationships. I feel like I have to lie and say things I don't mean and tell them I see things I don't see in order to fit in. I feel like when people ask me what I think about this, what I think about that, I think that I have to give them the answer that they want to hear, not the answer that I think is the truth, not the answer that I feel is the truth, or the answer that I feel is realistic. I feel like I have to lie to be basically a con artist in order to fit in. And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I'm a liar or a con artist. If somebody asks me, what do you think of this, or what do you think of that, and when I tell them what I think about that, if they're not going to like it, then how is that my fault? So in order for them to like it, I have to either just ignore the question or just make up a fake answer. And that's it. And that's how I feel when it comes to dealing with people, dealing with my wife, dealing with my job, dealing with my boss, and dealing with my friends. I feel like I'm just faking everything. And that into itself is frustration. And that into itself can kind of make me feel depressed. So that's pretty much how I feel about a lot of things right now.
Okay, so you say that you feel depressed because of all of you feel depressed because all of the people are seeing you more in a negative light, and you don't want to really be seen in that. And so basically, to summarize, during the session, you came in because your wife told you to come in, and so you thought you'd give it a try, maybe try to get a more positive perspective on your life, your goals, and you're willing to try that toward your wife and yourself. And let's see, you reviewed your work history about how you feel forced with your supervisor, trying to meet his needs when you don't really meet his personal needs, and also you feel passionately about animals. You also feel passionately about how people view you and how you're judged by others. And also you feel that you believe that everybody believes that you're negative. Yeah, on that judging standard. When they judge you, they see you as someone that's negative. And so you're hoping that by attending these counseling sessions, that things may take a positive outlook and future for you.
That I don't know. I'm hoping that'll happen. Right now I feel like I'm backed into a corner, like I can't be my real self. But I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try to change. I just worry that change might be a compromise to my personality, to my beliefs. Like I said, I don't want to lie to people. If I see certain things or what I see, I can't control if other people think that's negative or not. Some people might think it's funny to see an animal get killed. I'm not one of those people. Some people might think it's funny to have a coworker who doesn't do his job and gets promoted. I don't think that's funny. Some people might think it's to lie to your wife just to make her happy. I don't think that's funny. I try to be honest and truthful, but if what I say, what my eyes see, and when I report that to them, if it's honest and truthful, I have no control over how they're going to take it. They take it in a negative tone or in a negative fashion. I can't control that. So maybe I just need to start not talking about those subjects, or not talking about things, or maybe just outright lie in order to better fit in. Because if me being realistic means people think I'm negative, then yeah, I guess I have to start lying, or I guess I have to change some way, somehow. I don't know what to do about that, but that's why I'm here, and I'm willing to stick with it, to see what happens.
That's great.
I already admit that I know that I don't know everything, and I think it's important that people try to do their best. And I know that I've been having problems with my interpersonal relationships, and so basically that's why I'm here. And if you can help me, I think that'd be great.
Great.
I'm not coming here with high expectations because I don't know yet. I'm still willing to try.
Great. Thank you for sharing today. I'm just going to have that be the end note for today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.